Love, one love, one love. So the message for today is stop worrying. Stop worrying because God said it. That's why you should stop worrying. God said, what are you worried about? What are you worried about? I am taking care of it. I am handling it. God said, give it to me. God said, give that problem to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. And you won't have to worry. God said, if you are tired, come to me and I will give thee rest. Jesus is saying, if you're tired, honey, if you're weary, if the bag is too heavy, the burden is too heavy, God said to give it to me. And the reason why you're worrying is because of your disobedience to God's word. God said, don't worry. It's in the scriptures, Matthew 6 and 25. Y'all go into the scriptures now. You have a Bible, you representing a God. Go into the scriptures and see where it says, stop worrying. And not only the scriptures is showing you not to worry, we got science backing this up too. We got medical proof. We got medical science, genetic testing, biology, body wise. It's telling us that worrying is causing diseases, worry and stress. It's causing ulcers within the body. When you worry, you can literally cause a disease, a physical disease from worrying. We are not supposed to be worried. God did not give us a spirit of fear. You worry because you don't trust God. You don't. You don't trust God to take care of that problem. You're not trusting that God is going to take care of that. You don't trust God. So you worry. That's the only thing. What else? What else is there? And I thought God said to trust. That's what I thought God said. God said to trust. Trust and stop worrying. Give your burdens unto God. Give your burdens. God said, I'm going to make your burden light. My yoke is easy. I'm going to make your burden light. What go on? I'm going to make your burden light. Because my burden is easy. My yoke is easy. My burden is light. So you're supposed to hand it over, honey. Oh, welcome. Welcome to the live. Azerbaijan. Okay. 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 Give it over to God. Hand it over. Said, okay, God, it's heavy now. I've had enough. Here you go. God said, if you give it to me, I'm going to make it light. It's going to be easier on you. If you just give it to God, it's going to be easier on you. You're not going to feel so heavy anymore because you let go. You gave that problem. You gave that situation. You gave it to God. You said, okay, God, here, take it. Take it. You take it. You, because I can't handle this. That's what God said. If you're tired, come on. Yes. If you're tired and you're weary, give it to God. Give it up. Why are you trying to control something that God already has control of? Why are you trying to control that? God said, don't worry, I got this. That's what God is saying. God said, I got this. So you ain't got to worry at all. You, what burden? God said, I'm going to make it light. I promise you, I'm going to make it light. All you got to do is just give it to me. I'm going to make it real light. I'm going to lighten your load. You know what that is? Oh, God said, I'm going to lighten your load. I will lighten the load for you. But you have to surrender. You have to give it to God. If you don't give it to God, God is not going to lighten it for you. You have to do it. God said in Mark 11:23, if you say, Mark 11, right, and 23 says, if you say to that mountain, move, and cast yourself into the sea and believe in your heart that that happened, guess what? It happened. It shall be done unto you. If you say it, you have to say it. You got to say to that mountain, to that problem, move. You have to say, okay, God, here you go. Here it is. You have to do it. You got to make the first step. You waiting for God to come and rescue you when God is like, rescue yourself. Put one foot forward. Put something forward. Put an effort in. What you think? You think God is just gonna just magically rescue you out of it? You faith? What God said? Faith without works is what? Dead. Yes. Faith without works is dead. So what you think? You can put in no work, or you think you could just put in no work and then God is just gonna say, "Okay, honey, I'll take care of you. I'll handle it." Or you think it's gonna be happen like that? It don't work like that. You have to put in the work. If you don't put in no work, you ain't getting no pay, and that's a fact. It works universally too. It works universally too. If you don't work, you ain't getting no pay. If you don't put in God's work, if you don't do the works of God, you are not getting paid by God. God is not answering them prayers because you're not putting in no work. Faith without works is what? Dead. 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 You got to do God's work. You have to. That's how it is. God said, "How can you love an invisible God that you have not seen, but you hate your brother?" God said to love each other, love one another, love your neighbor as you love yourself. So you're not gonna love, and you're not gonna love your neighbor, but you're gonna be over here talking about you love Jesus, you love God. You got to put in that work. You have to prove to God that you love God. And God said the only way to prove to me that you love me is to love your neighbor as you love yourself. I know a lot of y'all don't want to hear this. This is a Christian thing, but a lot of Christians don't want to hear this because they're not following. You're not doing God's work, but you call yourself a Christian. You can't say you're a child of God because God said only those who are doing the will of my Father, only those who are doing God's work are one of His. It's in the scriptures, y'all. It's in there. You can't say these things because this is what Jesus is calling you. This is saying you're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite. That's what Jesus said. I didn't say it. That's what the good old book scripture say. You're a hypocrite. If you don't put in God's work, if you don't do God's work, you're not considered one of God. And then you know why you're not doing God's work? Because you're embarrassed of God. You're ashamed. You're ashamed. You're ashamed to spread the truth of God. You're ashamed of how your friends are going to look at you. You're afraid of how these online people are going to judge you. You're afraid they're going to judge your past. You're afraid that you're not worthy enough to even do this. You're just afraid, you know? And you're in that case, you're denying God. And God said, if you deny me, in front of man, I'm going to deny you in front of God. That's what God is saying. That's what Jesus said. If you deny me before man, I will deny you. I will deny you before my Father. So you can't be out here being you shame to spread the word of God. You shame to talk about God, shame to talk about Jesus. It's your belief, shame to talk about Allah. It's your belief, shame to talk about Muhammad. You shame to talk about whoever, Rastafarian, whoever. You shame to talk about the goodness. Right? You can't be shamed. Don't be shamed. Because if you're shamed, your God is ashamed of you too. That's what I'm pretty sure all the scriptures are saying that. If you're ashamed of God, God is also ashamed of you. God is denying you too. And that's just what it is. That's what it is. So stop worrying. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. What are you worried about? Who are you worrying about? God has got this. God got this. God is taking care of everything for you. God is working behind the scenes. Behind the scenes. Yes, God is working it out behind the scenes. So there's no need for you to worry. Just relax. Just relax. Jesus said to be still. Be still. Be still. Relax. Relax. That's how you're gonna save yourself. That's how you will save yourself. You need to relax. But if you don't relax, you can cause heart disease. Yes. Heart disease can come if you're stressful. You anxious, 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 anxious. What are you worried about? Who are you afraid of? These people? You afraid of other people? You're not here to people please. You're here to please God. You're not here to people please. So you can't worry or stress about these people because you're not here to please people. You're here to please God. And God say, relax. I got this for you. I got this for you. I'm taking care of this for you. I got this. Relax. Don't worry about them. Don't look at the numbers. Don't worry about the comments. Don't worry about who loved it, who didn't like it, who commented, who didn't comment, who shared it, who didn't share it. Don't worry about them. But you still do God's work. Be obedient. Still do. Still do. Because you're here to do. Doer of the word, not just hearers only. You're not here to just be a hearer of the word. You're here to be a doer of the word. So still do. Don't worry. Don't worry about these people. Okay? Don't worry about that. You just continue, okay, to do God's work. Yes. Continue to do God's work. Because God is the one who's gonna bless you at the end of this. You get blessed by God. You're not, man is not paying you. Man is not paying you. So you don't gotta worry about that. Right? Man is not paying you for this. It's God who's paying you for this. God is the one who pays you. You don't get paid. Man is not, I'm not getting paid for this. I bring this for free. You hear me? Yes, this is why I'm so passionate about this. This is why this is just within my heart because it's the truth, you know? And I'm not getting paid for this. I don't get a dime. But you know who pays me? God pays me. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I do this because you know who pays me? God pays me. And I'm obedient. I'm listening. I'm like, oh, when God said to teach, preach, when God said to bring forth the message, guess what I got to do? I got to surrender and I have to listen. Because that's my job. I work for God. I'm employed by God, literally. And it's true. And I listen. I'm obedient. I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to be obedient because that's how God wants to use me. God wants to use me to do this. So I'm like, okay, let me be obedient and listen. You know, I gave my burdens to God. I let go of things I no longer can control. I let go of the things I know I am not in control of. I let go and I say, you know what? God, I'm going to let you have it. Universe, I'm going to let you deal with this one right here. Because some of them be bigger than you. Like this one is a bigger than me. So I ain't even going to bother with it. I'm going to let God handle it. And that's what God come in. God step in and be like, you know what? Okay, I see you surrendering. I see you over there patient. I see you being still. God is looking at your every move. I see you didn't respond. I see you wanted to respond, but I see you did not respond. I'm seeing the works that you're doing behind the scenes. I'm seeing the works you're doing when no one is looking. I'm seeing your character. God is seeing all the things you're doing in private. And God is like, you know what? Prepare, be prepared to be blessed in public. That's what God is saying. Be prepared to be blessed in public because I've been witnessing all of your works that you've been doing in private. So prepare yourself to be blessed in public. Yes, you're gonna, it's coming. It's coming. Just know this. Know this. Know this. Know this one. Just know it's on the way. Just know and just wait for it to come. Just wait. Be patient. Patience is a virtue. Gems, y'all. Patience is a virtue. That's a gem. Patience is a gem. If you have patience, you collect patience, you know what that is. Just be patient and wait on God. God's best is yet to come. God's best is yet to come. Be patient. Don't settle. Don't compromise. Don't settle. Don't compromise. Be patient. God has the best in store for you. God has the best in store for you. But guess what? You have to be patient. You have to be patient because guess what? Those who wait upon the Lord shall be renewed in strength. Those who wait upon the Lord shall be renewed in strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. I think they shall walk and not faint. You see how powerful it is to just wait upon God, just wait. You know, good things comes to those who wait. That's a saying that we used to say in Guyana. I think they still, Guyanese people I hear say this. Good things comes to those who what? Wait. So wait on God. Relax while you're waiting. Put your feet up. Sleep peacefully. Rest peacefully. Don't have these problems keep you up at night. Don't let these problems keep you up at night. Rest peacefully. Sleep like a baby, knowing that's your faith. That's you using your faith. You hear me? God said your faith will make you whole. Your faith will make you whole. Whole. You will become whole again. You will be healed again. You have to use your faith. Yes, the action is sleep. Get you some good rest. Sleep, rest well. Rest well. Because God is working, like I said, God is behind the scene in this, you know. God is working behind the scene. God said, don't even worry about tomorrow. Don't even worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to worry about itself. Let tomorrow think about itself. Have no thought of tomorrow. Sleep, sleep, rest like there's no tomorrow. For real. Don't be up here stressing, and this thing is keeping you up at night. When you don't get enough sleep, your immune system shot. Your immune system is going down when you don't have enough sleep. I'm telling you, immune system drops if you have no sleep. If you're not getting enough sleep, you can get sick from not getting enough sleep. Rest is important for your rejuvenation, regeneration. Is rejuvenation, regeneration. Sleep is very good for that. It's just like fasting. When you go to rest, you're fasting. You know, your organs are fasting. They're working, but they're fasting. You're relaxed. You know, that's what sleep is equivalent to. Fasting. You got to go into that restful state. You got to go into the restful state. You hear me? Yes. You got to go into that restful state and let God take control. Let God take control. Stop trying to control these people. Don't try to control nobody. You can't change nobody. The outcome, it is what it is. Don't get attached to the outcome. Don't get attached to what people might do, won't do. Don't visualize people. Don't visualize the worst case scenario, because that's why you get so worried, because you're thinking about the worst case scenario instead of the best possible outcome. You know, you're so focused on the worst case scenario, and that puts you in mental hell. It puts you in mental hell when you think about the worst case scenario. When you worry, that's what you put yourself there in hell. When you worry, worrying is a state of hell. It's a state of mind. Worrying is like putting you on a hell frequency. That's what worrying does, because it's like you hold your head, you're worried, your heart thumping, you can't sleep. Whew. That's what worrying does for people. We can't do that to ourselves, and that's what we're doing to ourselves. When God is giving you the solution, the keys, come to me. Those who are weary and burdened, those who are stressed, you're weary and tired, go to God and get some rest. Go to God so you can get some rest. Give it to God so you can get some rest. Why are you over here worried? Don't worry. Like I said, sleep. Don't worry. Rest. Rest your head. Lay your head, rest. Give it to God and go to sleep peacefully. That's what you got to do. Okay, God, I surrender. Okay, God, you know what? I surrender. I'm going to go to sleep now. I'm going to rest now. That's all you got to do. And guess what you do? You will get rest. It's a peace. When you surrender to God, is a peace that you get that surpasses all understanding. People are not going to understand that. It's a peace that surpasses all understanding. Even you yourself won't be able to explain, understand, truly understand what that peace is when you surrender to God's will. When you surrender to God's will, not your own will, lean not unto your own understanding. When you surrender to God's will, God's divine understanding, and not your own man's perception understanding, you will experience peace that surpasses all understanding. Wouldn't you like to receive such peace? Right? Wouldn't you like to receive a peace like that? God said, I'm going to open up the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing. You're not even going to have enough time. Who's calling me? Hold on. I can't talk to her right now. I cannot talk to her right now. I cannot talk to her right now. Oh, I hope I'm still alive. But, you know, God is saying that you're going to have, don't you want a peace? Don't you want peace like that? The peace that surpasses all understanding. You know, don't you want to, don't, isn't it time to rest? You know what I mean? Like, isn't it about that time that you finally say, you know what? You know, like exhale, breathe, exhale. Like, you know what? I've had enough. I've had enough worrying. I've had enough stressing. I've had enough overthinking this, analyzing this in my brain. Like, I've had enough. It's giving me a headache now. And this is a headache that's a chronic, it's a chronic migraine. Now, it done turned into a chronic migraine, a headache that I can't get rid of now. No matter how much pills I'm taking, this headache is not going away. You know, there's people like that, migraines, don't matter how much pills they get, the headache just can't leave. You know, it gets there. It actually gets there. If you don't give it over to God now, if you don't surrender, I'm talking about right now. We're not talking about in the future. We're talking about now. We're not talking about the future. We're not talking about tomorrow. If you don't surrender now, I'm telling you, it will get to that point where you're getting this chronic headache and you don't know where it's coming from. You know, you don't know where it's coming from. They're running all these tests. They're running all these tests, right? Don't they run tests? They're running all these tests, and they can't seem to find, they can't seem to find what the problem is. And you're having chronic pain that only you can feel. The doctors can't feel it for you. Only you can feel this chronic pain that you're having. Yes, because you did not surrender. You kept holding on to that emotion. You kept that emotion with you. It's still there. And it's causing chronic pain. It's causing chronic pain. And that's that pain that you can't get rid of. Right? But if you surrender to God, God is going to give you the peace that you can understand. The peace that surpasses all understanding. Which side do you choose to be on? Which side? Which side of the spectrum do you want to be on? Do you want to be on the side where you gave it to God and God said, you know what, I'm going to give you this peace that surpasses all understanding? Or you want to be the one to lean under your own understanding, worry, 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 and then develop a chronic pain, chronic headache, chronic migraines, you know, and now you can't get rid of your headache. You know what I mean? You could choose. That's why God said, choose today's day. Choose this day. Whether you want life or you want death. You know, the goats on the left, the sheep on the right. Do you want, which one do you want? Choose which one. Choose today, life or death, which one? Right. And that's why God said choose, because it's your choice. You have a choice. You have a free will to choose. You do. You have a choice. You can choose. You can. But you have to put in the work. Faith without works, again, I have to keep repeating that. Faith without works is that you have to put in the work. You have to actually choose that you want to live a better, healthier life. You have to choose that you want to live. You have to choose life. You have to do it. God is not going to choose it for you. You know that, right? God is not going to choose it for you. It's like, oh, we are parents, right? We bring kids into this world. Can we choose their life for them? Can we choose for them whether they want to live or die? We can't choose that. We're not in control of their destiny. We're not. We can't choose that for them. They have to choose for themselves. That's what God is saying. You have to choose life or death. You have to choose. It's your season. You know, you probably felt where you felt like you were out of control, as in like you didn't have a choice. You know, you're having this feeling like, okay, I don't have a choice. But that's a seasonal feeling. That feeling is over now. Now it's time for you to start feeling empowered again, feeling like you actually have a choice, as opposed to, I don't have any other choice, I have no other choice. Yes, you do. God said to choose. So you do have a choice. You can choose life or you can choose death. You choose. You have to choose though. God said, you say to the mountain, move. You know, so you have to take control again. Take control, as in take control of what you can control, which is your inner strength. I mean your inner, you can control what's happening inside of you. Is these flies, yeah. You can control what's happening inside of you. You can control that. Okay. You don't have any control of what happens outside of you. Like I said, these you don't have any control of the outcome. That's the outside, the outcome, outside, outcome. You don't have any control of the outcome, but you do have control of the inner you. You have control of you. That's the only control you have is your inner self. That's it. You have no control of your outer self. You have no control of what people say and what people don't say. You don't have any control of whether people change or don't change. Hey, Chris, what's going on? I'm fine. Yeah, you don't have any control of how people choose to live their life. You don't have control of that. You can't change people' lifestyle, how they choose to live. What you trying to get, Chris? Oh my gosh.
You ready for me? You ready for me?
I'm gonna be ready soon. You want me to go to the store?
Just search the chicken, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And you, okay, you understand that you're choosing.
that's in church the chicken.
Okay.
Your restaurants is closed up.
Mm.
And
Mm.
on church the chicken day,
Mm-hmm.
we see a two-piece snack,
Two-piece snack.
biscuit, and coleslaw. Get what you want to get, okay?
All right. I'll be right with you soon, okay?
I'm okay, Miss.
You okay? All right.
I send my angel
I
home.
got you. You
Yeah.
said what?
I send my angel home.
You sent your
Man,
angel home?
my angel on his way home.
Who? Which angel?
Caps.
Huh?
Caps.
Caps?
That's my angel name.
That's your angel name, Caps?
Yeah, I told you the young person, I told that. So.
Yeah. Oh. Oh. Okay. I'm still the only person who knows this.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, Caps. Got you.
Okay.
No one else knows.
I
Okay.
know it.
Your secret is safe with me. Okay.
Thank you, man.
You're
I'm
welcome.
gonna lose that money.
They'll
so
never see you. Don't
it's
worry
out your
about that.
pocket, man.
Okay, it's not gonna fall. I got it.
Man.
I'm in
A
control.
two-piece,
Don't worry.
a two-piece snack, biscuit, and coleslaw.
Okay, when I'm ready to go, I'm gonna come and check with you again on that. Okay, just in case I forget. Two-piece biscuit snack coleslaw.
Two-piece, two-piece biscuit and coleslaw.
Two-piece biscuit coleslaw. Got you. None to drink. Okay, got you. All right. All right. No problem. No problem. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, it's being outside right now is really tough because of it's just tough now because of these little critters. It's like no matter where you go, they're following you, you know. I'm gonna come back to this live because I'm gonna go get my friend here some chickens. I'm gonna get my friend some Turkish chicken, y'all. So I'm going to the store and I will be back on this live. All right. One love. Unless I'll just let it go off on its own because once I leave the Wi-Fi, that's it. Once I leave the Wi-Fi, that is it. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna just let it end, and I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back because the spirit is talking. Spirit is talking, and I have to just let it out, release, detox, and that's what I'm doing this moment. Relaxing. I mean, detoxing, fasting. Getting rid of the parasites. Yes, getting rid of the parasites. They gotta go. These parasites got to go. No, we can't hold on to things that's gonna things that's causing you pain. It's just you're just causing more harm, doing more harm than good. You're causing more damage to you hold on to these emotions, damage to yourself. You know what I'm saying? You really are. So you got to get your act together. Get your act together. You playing yourself right now. Get your act together. Get your act together. You do. You need it. You need to get your act. It says get your act together. Put in that work in yourself, not on yourself. Don't put work on yourself. Please don't put work on yourself because when you put